So, Star Trek Picard, Season 3. Let's go. Okay, so the first 3 episodes of Star Trek Picard have already been out, and I've got to say, I am loving it. I think this is the best Star Trek series that has been out live action since Enterprise, and that is saying something. Because I do like Strange New Worlds. I think that went back to basics. I do like Star Trek Discovery. With all of its faults, I still actually liked it. The first 2 seasons of Star Trek Picard, they definitely weren't a home run in terms of series. They were okay, but there was a lot of questions on why they did this and why they did that. But like with everything, I think you can sit there and analyse it forever. But in the first 3 episodes of Star Trek Picard have got me gripped straight away. It's gone back to basics. We're watching something familiar. I think that's the thing as well. You know, Star Trek Discovery, it had the spore jump and stuff like that. The ships didn't really sort of scream that era of Star Trek. I think it was too modern. Where this has gone right back to basics. We've got Lacar's consoles. We've got the noises. We've got the ship designs. They all look the same. They've started to use them from Star Trek Online, which is genius, really. And we've got the though they're not all together at the moment, we have seen a lot of the crew interact with. There's 1 or 2 characters we've not really seen yet. In fact, I think there's only 1 character we haven't seen, and that's Geordie. But I'm very much certain we will. And it just the first episode was good, very slow, bit you know, it gets us back in the track. I like Liam Shaw. I like Captain Shaw. He's right in everything he says. A lot of people said, "Oh, I hate him. Oh, he's the new hate character." Actually, I really like him. If you he had some good points, I've got to say. You know, as much as us fans like Picard and Riker, we have to see it from his point of view. And he, if you've never come into Star Trek and you've heard inklings, then you would be the same as well, very hostile towards those sort of people that come in. They're like upper management coming in to tell you how you do your job, knowing full well that you know how to do your job, but they have never done the job ever. Though they have that same sort of dynamic, these 2 people have come along. They haven't been captains for a while. You know, it was always something happening on the Enterprise. You know, they were always in a phase of fight or dodging death or something. And now they're on his ship, and I would have been, you know, just as hostile, I think. Especially when they went, "Oh, we're going here." Well, no, you haven't told me why, so no, you're not going there. And yeah, I like Liam Shaw. I think if they did a Star Trek series on Liam Shaw, I think I would love that. I would really like that. Titan series on him, I think, would be brilliant. But I like him. It was good because there was a lot of hate for the first episode for him because the way he spoke to him, and you know, rightfully so. It's his ship, but he's grown on me as the series has gone along. And he got injured in the very last season, last episode. I hope it's not the last time we see him because I actually like him. And I think there's that rebellious element as well. Obviously, we see 7 of 9. Now, I looked on Twitter and I looked online and all that sort of stuff. Probably I shouldn't really. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, I can't believe they've treated her badly. I can't believe they're not calling her 7. Whoa. Right, I've got to stop you there. So if you watch Star Trek Voyager, you will know that there was a few episodes in season 7. There was 2 things actually that I don't know why they haven't continued with that. Firstly, is there was an episode on Voyager, I can't remember it. Sure, someone will tell me, where 7 of 9 started to remove more of her Borg implants so she could look more human. and her body was rejecting it. And there was an episode where they had to get things to where she was rejecting some of the Borg parts. But things like her eye thing and her hands, they were going to go. Even the doctor said eventually she will be able to remove them. And I can't believe that we're now where we are with Star Trek Picard and she still has them. I can't believe that they haven't removed them. I know she was a Ranger, maybe she hasn't got round to it. And we know that some people had their Borg implants removed and they were scarred. But I just can't understand why they haven't got rid of it. The second thing is where Picard sees her and he goes 7 and she goes, no, Annika Hansen, right? Now once again they brought this up on Voyager, and even Janeway said that we, to approach more human and stuff like that, why don't you use your actual name? And though she's, she was a young kid when she got assimilated, so 7 is all she's known, I still don't understand why she hasn't used the Annika Hansen name. And if I was in Starfleet, I would tell her to use her name as well. Especially if I was the captain, I'd be like, you're not 7, you're not a drone, you're an individual. We'll be calling you Annika Hansen. And as soon as the doors opened and they went to 7 and she went, no, I went Annika Hansen straight away. Because that's what I would say. If that was me, I'd say, you're Annika Hansen. You're not a drone. You're not 7 of 9. You are Annika Hansen. Even if you were 7, you're Annika Hansen, And we had they had that sort of dynamic as well with the Doctor on Voyager. And him just being called the Doctor, and there was a whole episode of him going through names and what he would like to be called, and he was always just called the Doctor. But it was the same with 7 and 9 as well. And yeah, so if she's joining Starfleet, then we don't ignore that she was part Borg. She's got the Borg implants still. We can still see them. But yes, she should be called Annika Hansen. That's her name. We don't call Picard Locutus, do we? Well, no, we called him Picard because it's Captain Picard. He isn't Locutus of Borg, is he? We don't go around calling him Locutus. But anyway, that was my little cramps on those. But the series going forward, it looks really, really good. We've got Picard, who is sort of helping Crusher, Dr. Crusher, and we now introduced to his son as well, which is really. Well, it's a nice dynamic there. It's really good. And then we've got them hunting them down. There's this subplot with Raffi and now Worf as well, who are undercover. Is it Section 31? We don't know. They haven't said much. It was great that they brought in Worf again from in episode 2, just at the end there. And then in episode 3, it changes up a gear. It's gone up again, and when we thought we've gone past things from Deep Space Nine, it's come back again, and I think it's got even better after season 3 because not only do we have this new portal weapon, which is awesome, right? You can't discount the awesomeness of it. It's able to throw a portal there and another portal there, so when you go for it, you just pop up to another point. And even firing, when they fired the torpedoes, they were able to open a portal and they went through straight back at the ship. I thought, this is cool, right? What a cool weapon. But not only that, there's now this subplot where it's changelings. And it was so nice after all these years to hear things like changelings and the Great Link and stuff like that. And I just like, what's going on here? So it's linked. So we've got the first 2 episodes that weren't too linked, but now they're linked. Something's happening. They're attacking Starfleet again. There's this rogue changeling faction that has stolen this portal weapon, which is what Raffi and Worf are investigating. She's got it as well. On the Shark, is it? It's I can't think of the name. Sorry, the alien ship in it, the big menacing one. And that's got the portal weapon, and there's a changeling now on the Titan, and it seems like the Dominion War is coming back again. It's really cool, and I think they've toned it right, and I can't wait for everything else. We know through pop-ups We know that we're going to get Moriarty from the holodeck program. We know there's Law. We know Law's coming into it as well. And I think when they said that there was something greater, this was all a distraction on the Daystrom Institute. This is all a distraction. There was something more valuable there. Well, of course there is, because in season 1 we know that that they had B2 there, which was the other version of Data. But it makes sense they've probably got Law there as well, and that's how he comes into it all. But why the changelings want him? Well, I don't know. You know, mind boggles. I can't wait for each episode to come out. It's one of those series that I wished. I like watching a show every week. I like watching that sort of series where you get, but there are some shows where you're like, I just want to binge the whole thing, and this is definitely it. I gotta say, like I said at the start, it's definitely the best Star Trek that they've done so far. It's definitely toning back to what we all love when watching Next Gen, DS9, Voyager. You know, all the cast is there as well, and it's that nostalgia thing. There's like an abundance of Easter eggs in the show as well, which helps, and loads of people sort of analyse all of that and stuff like that, and it's just great to see little snippets, little things on the show. Oh yeah, I remember that. You know, oh yeah, that. You know, it's all that sort of stuff through the show, and it's just getting better and better. And yeah, now we've got this changeling element as well. It's just it's just getting better, and I cannot wait for more. And though we've got the TNG the TNG crew, and we've also got 7 of 9 as well. I don't think that's it. I think we're going to come up against some DS9 characters as well, maybe even Voyager. You know, Janeway was name dropped in the first episode where Seven said it was on the she joined Starfleet on the recommendation and pressure from Picard and Janeway. So could we get Janeway in this? I don't know. It's just really good, and I'm so gripped. Over here in the UK, it airs on a Friday morning, 9 o'clock. Bang! I'm straight there watching it. No matter what, I'm straight there. I'm so gripped with the series. Really happy with it so far. I'm going to do these other videos and see how the series progress. But I hope you liked it. Let us know in the comments what you thought about the show and where you think Trek is going to go in general after this. Will it span a spin-off? We don't know. But I thoroughly enjoyed the first 3 episodes of Picard. If you haven't seen it already, get yourself over to Paramount Plus or Amazon Prime. And sit there and watch it. I mean, you probably don't even have to watch the first 2 series to know what's going on. That's the good thing I think about this, is you don't really have to. So if you've not watched the first 2 series and you've just started watching season 3, that's fine. But I definitely would recommend watching it. Anyway, look, I've been Thenexusuk. Thank you for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.